Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here again. If you will, like, share, comment on the post, and appreciate that very much. And then if you'd like to follow along, we'll be in the book of First Thessalonians chapter 2, and we'll be looking at verse number 4 today. And Paul has these words, but just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak not to please man, but to please God who tests our hearts. Paul is stating something here that is probably at least as important today, if not more important today, as he talks about why we preach, what we teach in our churches, and we live again as not really, I'm guessing, changed that much over history. People really don't want to hear um, that much about sin. They don't want to be called out for their sin. They don't want to hear about judgment. Uh, People would rather hear a nice, soft gospel where everybody is going to heaven. They don't want to hear about denying themselves. They don't want to hear about trusting in Christ and Him alone to be saved. That we would submit to His leadership and His will in our life. But those are just simply not going to be very popular topics in the general culture, and sometimes even inside the church itself may not exactly be welcomed topics. But what Paul says is just as we've been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, we preach not to please man, but to please God. Uh, because God was the one who put us in this, because God was the one who called us to this message. We don't preach what man wants to hear. Man didn't call us. Man isn't commissioning us, and so therefore we preach what the one who sent us, the message that He has given us, and it is God who has trusted me. He entrusted me with the gospel. What an humbling, awe-inspiring statement, realization to realize that as believers we have been entrusted with the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ. Not just any message, not just any word, but we have been entrusted with the gospel, the message of Christ that changes lives, that has the power to change people's eternal destiny. That has been placed in the believer's hands. That has been placed. We are responsible for that message, whether or not it gets claimed or not. I think about maybe a poor analogy, but I think back to the American Revolution and Paul Revere. The fate of the nation rode with him that night as he rode across the countryside, telling people the British are coming. People's life was at stake. People's future, the future of the nation, was literally in his hands. What a responsibility! But how much more when we stop and think that eternity is in the hands of believers? What we do with the gospel of Jesus Christ. It may not be the message that man wants to hear, but it is the message that they need to hear. May not be the message that will get you elected to be most popular, most likely to succeed, but it is the message that this world is desperately in need of, and that is Jesus saves. To quote the words of the old song, Jesus saves, Jesus saves. That's our only message. That's our only hope. Keep that in mind today. Think about it as you go out. Uh, you're like a modern day Paul Revere, but with a greatly more powerful and important message than the British are coming. We carry the message Jesus is coming. Keep it in mind. We'll see you here.